So today I will be making albondigas. Recipe people been wanting. These are the ingredients I will be using. I'll be having salt, pepper, I have comino, I have garlic powder, onion powder, I have some parsley. Normally it's this brand. I have the sazon de Goya. I use this kind of rice. You can use any kind of rice, but I just use that one. I'm only going to use 1.5 pounds of meat. So I have 1 tomato. I'm not going to use the whole onion. It's only going to be half. And then the cilantro, half of the cilantro. And I have 1 egg. And I have my water boiling. Put it on. So turn it on. Leave it there. So we're going to start. I have 1.5 pounds. I'm going to use 1 egg. You're going to add the egg. Excuse me. Add some pepper. I know it looks like a lot, but it's not. You're going to add some salt. I'm sorry, but I just add salt. I just eyeball it. You're going to add the meat. Then you are going to mix it. So I'm going to mix it. I'll be right back. All right, so I'm mixing it right now. Don't worry, my hands are clean. You're going to mix it. Really, really good. All right, so I'm gonna add the rice. So I'm gonna push pause. I'll be right back. So then you keep mixing it. Now I know that it isn't gonna sound gross, but you're gonna get a teeny bit of meat and you're gonna put it on the tip of your tongue and taste it. Has enough salt. So I actually need to just add a little bit more salt. I'm gonna add a little bit more. Then you're gonna get your rice. I don't measure it. The only thing I do, I just put a handful of rice. And then I'll probably put about 2 handfuls. You're going to mix it. So, as you can see, the rice is in there. I don't know about you guys, but I like a lot of rice in mine, but don't overdo it because it'll be too much rice. So, I'm gonna add just a tiny bit more. Oops, wrong side. I'm gonna end up mixing it. So once this is done, you're gonna start making the meatballs. Okay, so you're just gonna get a small portion. I like my meatballs small. You're just gonna roll it. They're gonna be like that. I always make room right here on the side and I add them right there. So you continue to do that until you're done with all the meat. And so this is what I'm gonna do and I'll be back. All right, so I made about 65 meatballs. So now we're gonna get it ready to put in here. Make sure your water is hot. You can turn it up on high if you like. Nothing's gonna happen. So you're just gonna start putting them in, but be careful because the water's hot and they can splash and burn you. So we're gonna do that. So I'll be back after I add all these in. All right, so they are in. You're gonna let them cook. Just be careful It is on high. It is going to start going up. So just keep an eye on it. I should have used a bigger pan, but I like this pan, so that's what I'm using. Now we are going to cut everything that you need. We're going to cut the tomato. We're going to cut the onion, and then I'm going to cut half of the cilantro. So I'm going to go ahead and cut that. You should cut yours too, and I will be right back. So I already cut the tomato and the onion. I only used a little piece of this onion. See? And then I just cut it. The onion, you can make them long like this if you like. I'm going to put them in this bowl. And then I'm going to cut up the cilantro. When you cut up the cilantro, try not to use too much of these stems. So I'm going to start from here and I'm just going to cut. And then whatever, stems I have, I'm going to take the big ones out. So that's what I'm going to do right now. Cut up the cilantro. It's okay if there's stems in there. Cut it up. Put it in the bowl. Have it ready for the albondigas and we'll be right back. So I had to switch the pan because it was a little too much for this one. So this one is going to come to a boil. You see all that brown stuff on top? You're going to remove it. Take it all out. It's all the fat, all the manteca. So you can get a cup, measuring cup. Just take all the brown out. That's no good. You don't want this in your caldo. Some might stay in here. It's okay. So you're gonna have this boiling about 20 minutes, but once it starts boiling, don't count it when you put it in the meat. You're gonna have it boiling. See, mine's already boiling because this pan is a good pan. Let's see. Take out a little bit more. It's okay if you take out, because anyways you can add more rice. Then, okay, so you see how they're coming out? Look at that. See? I'm gonna let it boil about 5 more minutes. And then I'm gonna add everything in there. So I will be back. All right, so some more of that little stuff's coming out. I'm gonna take it out. But other than that, my albondigas look like if they are almost ready, because if you notice, you can see some of the rice coming out. I'm gonna take a little bit more of this stuff out. I'm gonna have you add more water. You see, this is the stuff that you don't want. Again, like I said, you're not going to be able to take everything out. It's okay. So I am going to add a little bit of water. Just like this much, about a cup. You don't want to add too much because you don't want it, unless you want mucho caldo, unless you like a lot of caldo. Now you're going to add everything. First, you're going to add this. You're going to add 2 packages. This is going to give it the color. You see it stopped boiling already. So, and please excuse me, ladies. This is my first video. I'm trying my best for you. So, with that, you're going to add all your cilantro, onion, tomato. Then your comino. Now don't measure it, you just eyeball it. Just push them all over. Some onion powder, just a little bit, just like that. Garlic powder. Parsley. So I only have a little bit in here, so I think I'm gonna pour it all. See, it's not even that much, so I'm gonna pour it all in there. You're going to mix it. I forgot to mention that you can also add one of these cubes. I'm gonna add one just to give it a little bit more flavor. Right, so you're gonna bring this to a boil about 15-20 minutes because these meatballs need to get the color. So you're gonna bring it to boil for about 15-20 minutes. And so we'll be back. It's 5:47. 15-20 minutes. I might come back sooner, but because I'm gonna have it on high, and it might boil faster than yours. So I'll be back. Oh, sorry. Before that, what you can do is get a little bit right here. Taste it. It hasn't got the flavor yet because we just added everything. So just let it boil. I'm gonna have to add a little bit of comino, a little bit more comino. If you have to add a little bit more salt to the caldo because it's not salty, go ahead, but I'll be right back. So mine's boiling. I just tasted the juice right now and it needs a little salt. So I'm gonna go ahead and just pour a little bit of salt all around. Now, if it's not tasty enough, then you're gonna just have to add a little bit more seasoning or maybe another one of those cubes. So we're gonna check it out after a few minutes. Be back. So I'm still here. It's boiling. However, I still feel that it needed more taste, more flavor. So I'm just gonna add another half of the cube. Just half. Now, if you're making a lot, more than what I've made, more than 1.5, then yes, you would have to add 2. But you see how everything is coming out, you see? You will see the rice, it's boiling. I'm gonna wait a few minutes and then I'm gonna come back and taste it. I'll be right back. So it's going. I'm gonna just add a little bit more comino. Mine's not tasting the way I want it. A little bit more garlic. Just a little bit more onion powder. I think with this, it'll be good. Look at that. There should be almost looking the same. Just gonna taste it. Something's missing.
Oh my gosh, I smell it from all over here.
Shh. A little bit more salt. Sorry, I know that you probably think it's too much salt, but it's not. Be right back. All right, guys. So I just had to add a tiny bit more water. It was about this much. I had to add it. And I had to add the other cube. So you do need 2 cubes. So as you see it right here, you'll be able to know if it needs more water or not because of all the meatballs that you make. See, look at that. So now what we're going to do, we're going to take out a meatball. And check the inside to make sure that it's ready. So you're going to take out 1 meatball. Doesn't matter, of course. See how it comes out right here. Gonna cut it open. Look at that, the inside. And you're gonna taste it. It's gonna be hot, so be careful. Okay. So it's still a little hard. I'll leave it in there about 5 more minutes, but I'm gonna add the rest of this water. It's still a little hard because some of the rice was hard inside. So I'm gonna let it boil for another 5 minutes. It's 5:59. Like I said, mine boils real fast. Look at it. It's starting to boil. I'll be back. So now I'm back, ladies. You're going to try one. Open it up. So they are ready. I'm gonna taste the juice. They're ready, but you know, as it's boiling, of course, you know, it starts getting less water, but I'll try it. So now they're ready. If you think yours are ready, then that's it. Turn it off. Have your comal ready and your tortillas de maíz, and then cut up some lime or lemon, your choice, and some tortillas. And I'm gonna serve it in a bowl. We'll be right back. Now, when you serve, first, you know, you could put them a few meatballs in there. This soup is very fulfilling. And of course, turn off your stove. And put that many in there. Put juice. Turn on. Turn my. Okay, turn on. Put some juice in there. You can also grab a little bit of rice in the bottom. Look at all that rice right there. I'm serving my husband, so. Okay, so I mean, either they want more juice or just like that, it's fine. And like I said, it's very fulfilling. So, ladies, there's your albondigas. Hope you enjoy it. Bye.